Opening credits. The Feeling of Greatness. The Moe Norman Story. Written by Tim O'Connor. Narrated by Dan Gold. Foreword by Lee Trevino. The simple fact is that when people talk about the great ball strikers, Moe Norman's name always comes up. Of course, people always seem to revert back to Ben Hogan, because he won 4 U.S. Opens. Well, heck, I've won a couple of U.S. Opens and was as good a ball striker as Hogan had ever seen. It's not something that you're born with, that you just wake up with in the morning and have. Ball striking comes from a tremendous amount of confidence, and confidence comes from working extremely hard. If you were going to give a speech in front of 5,000 people and didn't know what you were going to say, it wouldn't be a very good speech. You'd be nervous and unable to execute. If you did your research, organized the content, and practiced the delivery, you'd be able to give the speech without any flaws. I think ball striking follows the same principle. Moe Norman, Lee Trevino, and Ben Hogan probably spent most of their youth on the practice tee hitting golf balls, and sacrificing many other things in the process. So why did we do this? Ben Hogan was a little better educated than Moe Norman and myself. Lee Trevino left school at 14. I didn't have any other choice. Sacrifice was part of my personal development as a golfer. I had to practice a tremendous amount and do it with a very unorthodox swing. Moe Norman also didn't have the most classic swing in the world, but it always worked for him. Ben Hogan was not an accomplished golfer in the very beginning. He learned to become one, and after a bus accident crushed his legs, he made his comeback by hitting golf balls for 10 to 12 hours a day. But then Hogan had a classic swing. It probably wouldn't have mattered whether he practiced hard or not, though he did. The point is that Ben Hogan could fall back on better fundamentals than either Moe or myself. In this way, I think Moe and I were a lot alike. I think that's why we appreciated each other, not only in ball striking, but also in how much we accomplished with what we had. Perseverance is the crucial reason why Moe became such a good ball striker. He didn't have the greatest technique in the world. Moe and I were perfect examples of people who were not able to come up with classic golf swings and the right instruction. We actually developed and invented our own golf swings. And we're living proof that if you work hard enough and sacrifice enough, you can be successful. I don't think Moe ever reached his potential. Perhaps in the beginning he had a label. I heard the pros at Royal Oak, a golf club in Titusville, Florida, owned by the Canadian Professional Golfers Association, talking about him being disturbed and eccentric. But I always liked Moe personally. He was my kind of guy. I could relate to him. I could see the pain he was going through, because people appreciated him for his ball striking, but not for his qualities as a person. Now, there's no question in my mind that Moe Norman would have made it anywhere, in Europe, in the United States, and beyond. And the reason is simple. He was dedicated to the game of golf. He practiced extremely hard, day in and day out. I only have a positive attitude about Moe. I can't think about him in any other shade. I've heard a million stories about him, and I never believed any of that hogwash for 1 second. I thought the man was very smart and very intelligent. He wouldn't have been the golfer he was otherwise. You not only have to hit the ball on the course, you need to have course management, and that's something a lot of college graduates can't get. So don't give me that baloney that Moe Norman wasn't a smart individual. Maybe not book smart, but street smart? Yes, sir. He knew exactly what the heck he was doing, and I think that's one reason he had the success he had. Moe sure had a funny way of striking the golf ball. But it worked. I remember him standing by the range at the National Golf Club of Canada, north of Toronto, when I won the Canadian PGA Championship in 1979. I remember George Knudsen came by, and we were hitting 5-iron.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?